Well, this week we begin a new series highlighting Louisiana farmers. Farming has played a key role in keeping the American dream alive, but keeping a family farm alive through the decades has proved to be very challenging. The Fontenot Family Farm in Ville Platte has beat the odds, going strong on its fourth generation of farming. TWILA TV's Rebecca Buchanan has more on the Fontenot family legacy in this week's segment of Louisiana Farm Life.
Richard followed his grandfather and his father, and we're hoping that Lance will follow in Richard's footsteps. If he chooses not to farm, he'll still have those elements that what farming means to us. It means that, we live a lifestyle that is very productive and honest and joyful.
Rhonda and Richard Fontenot live on their 3,300-acre family farm. It has stood the test of time, remaining in the family for the last 4 generations. Today, 3 of those generations still run the farm, where they're proud producers of food that feeds the world.
Rice is a staple in most third world countries and in all countries for that matter. So we feed a lot of people.
Their rice, soybeans, and crawfish span hundreds of acres across Evangeline Parish. But it isn't just what's growing in the field that keeps this family farming. It's their love of the land and life on the farm. Richard says he didn't always know he wanted to be a farmer. He spent a few years exploring his options before coming back to his roots and deciding this is where he belongs.
The biggest thing that I enjoy about agriculture is family-based. It's constantly evolving.
It's an evolution Richard says he's proud to be moving forward through his involvement at the Farm Bureau. In 2000, Richard and Rhonda were honored with a Young Farmer and Rancher Achievement Award, followed by the title of Louisiana Farmer of the Year in 2008, and many more awards for their dedication throughout the years, showcasing what they say is most important: their community, the food we eat, and above all, their family.
And as Lance gets older and more involved in different things, because I helped coach baseball, helped coach his little football years ago, and basketball teams, I do a lot of that volunteer work with him because I want to be part of the process.
A family value Richard says he learned on the farm.
Mother would bring meals out to the field, and we'd eat out of the back of a hatchback, in the middle of the day in 100-degree weather. But those kind of things build memories and traditions and instill some principles that, this is right.
Looking over family photos, Rhonda and Richard reminisce about the memories they've built on the farm with their son Lance.
He got his first tractor for his first birthday, and then it was all downhill from there.
How many places can you bring your kid to work? Not many.
Richard says the pride that comes with seeing his son's love for their family farm grow with age makes him feel complete as he watches Lance carry on their family legacy. Richard says he's proud to just be a part of the process as the 9-year-old finds his place on the farm. Each farmer in the Fontenot family moves the operation forward with the times, helping it grow and prosper through the years. Richard says conservation plays a big role for the next era of Fontenot farmers.
We're saving water in the flooding system of it. It floods faster because it's you have less to saturate. And the other thing it's doing too is protecting soil erosion.
And how will these things affect the future generations as they continue trying to continue those legacies of farming in Louisiana?
If we don't conserve it today, the next generation will not have it to use it. So it is essential that we conserve all our resources that we can. We don't do anything unless it's a necessity in our production systems. But if I want my 9-year-old son today to come on this land and have good, productive, agronomic land to farm and make a living on, I have to do everything I can to protect it.
While production moves forward, the old farm values stay the same.
Instill a patience, determination, to where when you go in a particular direction, hold steadfast and carry it through. You don't live life with any regrets and wish you would have or should have, but if you say it, back it. That was the biggest thing I've learned from him.
He says the next generation of farmers will have their work cut out for them, but he's excited to see his family farm continue to do their part to feed the world and the generations to come.
With the population growth in 50 years, we almost have to double our production to keep the world fed. I just feel very fortunate. I'm part of a 4th generation operation, and hopefully one day it'll turn into a 5th and maybe a 6th.
So we asked Richard about his hobbies and the things that he loves the most. He said the biggest thing that he loves is just sharing his farm with people to help them understand where their food comes from. And Kristen, the first thing he did was take us out to the grain bins and showed me, things about moisture content as everything was coming in and how it all worked. And I mean, I felt like it was like I got to be a part of it, and it's so different from anything that I've ever learned from growing up, on a produce farm.
I felt the same way because my first soybean story or rice story or any of the row crops I knew nothing about. I came from a livestock farm, so I knew all about animals, but nothing about the plants.
Yeah, and it's so cool, and they'll just invite you in and I felt like I was a part of the family.
It's totally different. Rebecca Buchanan, thank